Here in the heart of Tokyo, at Huawei's Global Mobile Broadband Forum, the 5G buzz is growing. Major players are now setting their sights on when we will see the world's first 5G network.
I think that there will be things that we will see as pre-5G, and we see that coming in, I would say, as proof of concepts in the next 2 years. And then commercially, I would say 2020 and beyond.
5G will be a reality, no doubt. 5G will be a reality with commercial offerings, we believe, end of 2019 or beginning of 2020. And I think we're all fairly excited about it, even though I think we should be careful of hyping it too much. But it's going to be another step change. 5G is going to give us completely new and different verticals. I'm sure we're going to talk about IoT. That's going to be a big area for 5G.
I think when you look at the history of mobile, 2G, 3G, 4G, traditionally North Asia has led, so Japan and Korea. They've been further ahead in LTE than most other countries. There'll be some spectrum shortages which are pushing on to 5G sooner. I think North America, when you look at LTE, has been a huge marketplace. I think players like Verizon, AT will also lead, but there's certainly those three before any others.
The Koreans will try a little bit earlier with a bit of a prototype in 2018. But real critical mass doesn't really happen until 2022, 25. Our own forecast for 5G, perhaps in 2025, perhaps 500 million users on 5G. It's going to take a while for the devices which are 5G capable to really ramp up in the marketplace.
Standardization is very critical piece for 5G. Without standards, there will be no 5G. And without a global standards, there won't be a big 5G. So to build a global standards, it's not a single company effort. It's not a few company effort. It's had the entire ecosystem has to agree and reach consensus to build these standards. So for these standards, we firmly believe 3GPP is still the successful, right platform for building the 5G standardization.
As development work continues, the number of use cases for 5G and the technologies it will not only enable but transform are wide-ranging. The need for 5G, meanwhile, continues to grow with demand.
So I think the most immediate service that can be addressed with 5G is the wireless local loop, so home broadband services. That's appealing, I think, both for the integrated fixed mobile players.
5G will potentially dramatically change the business model for the telecom operator, and perhaps the telecom operator will transform into a new role or new model themselves. Because the capability of the 5G can offer, and because it's a piece of a software eventually end of the day that defines the network. So there are many new models will come out. It's not the consumer network, mobile network in the future for 5G. It will be some vertical networks, and there will be enterprise, and there will be even between the operator they can wholesale the network. In that case, the operator potentially not become a local operator, but today or regional operator, they can be global operator.
Well, in terms of networks, operators should be introducing progressively new capabilities in their networks, even before a 5G standard is available. They will have to also test and trial and develop and introduce new services in preparation for 5G as well. And in the case of business models, I think a change is needed in terms of partnering, again, with other industry players and educating other sectors that may be benefiting from the new possibilities of hyperconnectivity and very high bit rates.
So the main drivers for 5G today are, like usually, the gaps that current cellular technologies have, or the services that we cannot implement as of today. And the big advantage of 5G is we can overlay different services which run on different data rates, which run with different latencies. So 5G really opens up the market for new applications.
For 5G, I mean, the biggest chance will be the cloud-based services, like cloud-based rendering, the cloud-based calculation, the cloud-based recognition, a lot of things relate to VR and artificial intelligence. So we will try to move everything to the cloud, and that requires a lot of bandwidth. So that's the future for 5G.
Powering the Internet of Things, enabling lower latency, faster speeds, and introducing the world to new applications are just some of the benefits expected from 5G. As 2016 nears an end, 5G in this part of the world is getting ever closer. I'm Kabit Majithia, reporting for MoWorld Live.